Hi, I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation. I've got a question for you. Are you making your marriage worse, or is it just happening? Is your husband crazy? Is your wife crazy? Are they narcissists? Are they this or that? You know, these days, when you go to marriage counseling, they love to point out your flaws. They love to point out your mistakes. They love to talk to you about what you could do better. Well, I want to inform you about something that can change your life and change your marriage. Here it is. Number one, you're fine. Your wife is fine. Your husband is fine. You're fine. You're great people. Your heart is filled with love. When you met each other, your love was overflowing for each other. You floated in a sea of love. It was amazing. And you knew, this is my husband. This is my wife. This is the person I want to have children with. This is the person I want to be happy with till the end of our days. You knew it. You knew it intuitively. You knew it intellectually. What happened? Well, here's what happened. It wasn't something you did. You're not making your marriage worse, but it's the focus. We don't know about the focus. I used to be a divorce mediator. I saw what people did to each other. But they didn't do it to each other because they hated each other, although they were getting to where they felt like, I hate them, they hate me, we have to be separated, this is hell. Why should we live this way? Really, it was more like, why should I live this way? But it's the same difference. Here's what's going on. If you got a job, I'm going to use this as an analogy. If you get a job and the skills you have to have are already there, you learned a lot, but now even with those skills, you have to learn how to apply them to the job. You get trained. You study the subject. You study the job. It just makes sense. It's common sense. When you get a car, you have to know how to drive it. You read the manual of the car. You learned how to drive a car even before you get a car. But with marriage, which, believe me, is way more complicated than driving a car, it's more complicated even than flying an airplane. Where did you get your education? From watching movies or sitcoms on television? Is that where you got your marriage education? Because that's where I got it in the beginning. That's where most of us get it. That's the truth. What you have to do, and it isn't too late, I want you to know that. What you have to do now is you have to step back and go, okay, this guy is right. I never got educated about marriage. I really don't understand women if you're a man. I really don't understand men if you're a woman. And I think it's time for me to learn. And then when you learn, and how do you do that? Well, this is not an infomercial, but I have a couple of books. You have these videos. They're very helpful. You could subscribe now. Or you could get the online course if your marriage is in deep trouble. If you don't need the online course, don't get it. It's for marriages that are in deep trouble. However, even with that, you still have to get the marital education that is provided to you in the books. Why? Because the current thinking about marriage, and I hate to put it just bluntly, is wrong. Marriage experts these days, their focus is on, what are you doing wrong? What's wrong with him? What's wrong with her? You need therapy, you need this, you need that. None of that is true. Look, none of us are perfect. But within, we have this fountain of love. And that's what was attracting you to your soulmate in the first place. This is the person I can love. But then you didn't learn to love them. You didn't know how. You never even heard of this idea of cultivating love, cultivating devotion towards them, cultivating, nurturing your connection, building bridges of love, and avoiding the pitfalls, the traps that come when our human nature steps in front of our love. Do you follow that? Here's what I'm getting at. Let's say your soulmate says something to you and it quote unquote, rubs you the wrong way. What's really occurring, and these are the kinds of things you have to learn. What's really happening is the mind, which is a product of us as souls. Now, I'm not going religious on you, but we are souls and we have a mind and we have a body. So the way the body and mind interact is very interesting. You see, when we know this, we know that every living cell is conditioned by self-preservation, right? Fight or fly. What we don't know, what we're not taught, is that this drive comes up into our mind and it makes us reactive and defensive. So we don't listen to each other. We react to each other. Just this one thing, and you can change your marriage. Just try this. Next time your soulmate says something to you that triggers you, instead of letting your mind create the response, which is actually a habit, stop your mind and go, wait a minute, I'm not going to do that. And instead of reacting, try to understand a little more of what they're saying. Not why they are saying it, but what they are saying. See if there's any truth to it that you can use to change yourself, to improve yourself. If not, it doesn't matter. Because what you really want to do next is you want to look at them with love. You want to respond to them with love. You want to be there for them with love. Because that's why you got married. You want to be happy. And so instead of fixing this and fixing that, give love. And you'll see how much your marriage will improve just from this little tip that I'm giving you now. Of course, in our books, in the course, there's way more than tips. There's a thorough education, but just start with that. Love. Don't react. And they might come at you again. Don't react again. They might come at you again because we get in the habit of interchanging ourselves in this way, arguing. It really means arguing. Don't go there. Don't do it. Again and again and again, resist the temptation to react and replace your reactive thought with love. And that's it. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. I'm so glad that you stopped by. God bless you and take care.